If you could have a conversation with anybody in history, who would it be? I'm going to tell you exactly who it would be, and you guys have never, ever heard of this person, okay? This person I'm sure you've heard of, everybody in the world has, Alexander the Great, right? The story has to do with Alexander the Great. He conquered the known world by the time he was like 30, 31, right? Which is crazy to do that back in the day because you weren't flying in helicopters. You didn't have fighter jets and people jumping out of airplanes, cool stuff like that you can, move quickly across the whole planet, right? The guys were actually in horseback, walking on elephants, right? I mean, it just took a long time to do it. And he did this by the time he was like 30, 31, because he passed away. He died at 31. So Alexander the Great, was probably one of the, iconic figures in history, right? For conquering the known world around 30 years old, right? So would I want to chat with him? Actually, no, not really. But it does have to do with him. Here's a story about Alexander the Great and a monk or a yogi. I'm not even sure, right? Those guys that sit there and they meditate. I'm not even sure what you call them, okay? But it's like a monk, okay? So the story goes like this. Alexander the Great conquers the city and is walking down the market, right, with his lieutenants and generals, and people are bowing down because, here's the new conqueror, right? The new king, the new emperor, whatever you want to call him, right? And all of a sudden, in the middle of the path, everybody's moving out of the way like a wave, right? Like everybody's like partying, like the sea partying, right? Everybody's moving out of the way because here comes Alexander, right? And so there's this naked yogi just sitting there meditating, right, in the middle of where he's going to walk, where Alexander the Great is going to walk by. And he doesn't move, right? So Alexander the Great stops and just kind of looks at the guy. And really quick, one of his lieutenants comes up, super pissed off, right? Or whatever, right? Just all, I don't want to say, I want to call it a conceited or just really wanting to move this guy out of the way because he doesn't know that Alexander the Great is about to walk through this road, right? So he tells the yogi, hey, do you happen to know who this person is, right? You are in the way of the man that has conquered the known world, right? Like, who are you to sit here and stop his path? Like, who are you, right? And the yogi looks up to him and he says, I am the man that's conquered the need to conquer the world, right? So basically saying like he's better than Alexander because he has no need to conquer the world, right? Because Alexander does. And this lieutenant was probably about to cut his head off. And Alexander the Great was like, hey, you know what? I like this guy. This guy's cool. Let's take a selfie, right? Except for waist up, okay, because the guy's naked. So, and this is supposedly the only time Alexander the Great went around somebody, right? He'd always go through them, conquer them, and he went around a yogi and continued his path. I want to talk to that yogi because what balls, he's sitting there naked, but what balls did it take not to move out of the way of Alexander the Great? So that's the guy I like to have a chat with, the naked yogi, but he's got to wear some clothes, not naked. All right. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Follow me on my other social media. I have Instagram, I got TikTok. Check out my website, javierhinojo.com. It'll be below on the video. I have a lot of things there for you. I have free calculators. I have meetups. I have live meetups. I have virtual meetups. I have a lot of information there, a lot of free tools for you guys to get started or to continue your real estate career. Check out the website and follow me in my other social media. Talk to you soon.